Hey guys, it's Renee and welcome back to another episode right here on Revv Evolution's motoring segment. And today we check out a car which truly needs no introduction. It's the BYD Atto 3, which happens to be Singapore's best seller for the last couple of quarters. Why is it so popular? Well, that's what we're here to find out.
Hi guys, I'm Sean and today we're here to talk about boot space. Okay, Singaporeans love a lot of boot space, so with the BYD Atto 3, it gives you 440 litres and with the seats down, 1,340 litres of boot space.
Okay, now let's talk about features. I'm not going to talk about, I'm not going to go into all of it because there's really just too many things to talk about. I'm just going to let you know about stuff that you really as a driver want to know. First of all, BYD sits on its latest platform, the E-Platform 3.0. Okay, and with the Atto 3, of course, the 2024 version, of course, it comes with the extended range, which means there's more driving range and of course, takes you even further on this whole new platform. And it's especially designed for high performance electric engines, which is what the BYD is all about. Okay, and when it comes to performance as well, BYD boasts its brand new technology in its Blade battery, which is not only smaller but lighter and safer as well than your conventional lithium batteries. All right, so once again, all that boils down to the lighter the battery. Of course, it allows you to have even a more longer drive. All right, in terms of charging, if you're not talking about DC charging or fast charging as we call it, using a 100 kilowatt charger, and in Singapore there's just a whole bunch of them, and actually put this guy on a much faster charger than a 100 kilowatt, 120 or 150 kilowatt charger, and it only took me something like 20 minutes to get it from zero basically to about 80%. And if you're putting it on an AC charger or a slow charger, you have to park it overnight because it's going to take you about 9.5 hours to get it charged on a 7.4 kilowatt charger. And in terms of range, the BYD Atto 3 boasts a range of 565 kilometers. So that is a whole bunch of range for this much of price, all right, which I think a lot of the competitors out there, I'll not mention brands, are really beating themselves up over, okay, the fact that they can actually match what BYD is offering. Okay, so that being said, now let's talk about some of the safety features of the Atto 3, which once again, there's just so many things about it. I'll go into details for some of them, and some of them I'll just let you know what is available in the car. So first of all, in terms of parking and safety, this comes with a 360-degree panoramic view monitor, all right, and on top of that, you can actually choose a different angle or different camera views that you want to see while you're parking or your car itself, which I think is a really excellent, that I've only seen in probably like the BYD, and if you're not in many cars. And also at the same time, it has a digital video recorder which records your journeys in case, touch wood, there's an accident and you want to review that back, on what's happening, so you can actually do that. And it also comes with a stop and go full speed adaptive cruise control. Now here is for me, I call it the magic moment for EVs, because I've done tests on a lot of EVs when it comes to the adaptive cruise control matched together with their so-called autonomous driving, and a lot of them have failed the test. And how I do that is I will basically take the car and I drive it and I take a corner, and with the BYD Atto 3, it really set it really stayed in the lane perfectly, even while I was taking a corner at speed, which a lot of brands have failed to do. One German brand especially, I will not mention names, but it failed the test miserably, and it kind of like swayed out of the lane. All right, so once again, paying a lot of money for a car doesn't mean it gives you the good stuff. Okay, as the BYD has proof in the pudding, as I call it. It also has a TPMS system that basically is to let you know how much of pressure you have in your tires. All right, and other functionalities in the car itself, it has ESC, which is basically electronic stability control, and also traction control system. So many features, honestly, in this car, and you're paying only, as I said, it's not gonna rob you of your wallet when you actually buy this car. To me, totally impressed with the number of features you're gonna get, and also things like your front and rear collision warning system. Okay, so if you happen to be driving, if anybody happens to come close to you, or you can be close to somebody, it actually warns you of it. And I think these are really some of the important warning systems that this car actually gives you, affords to you as well. And the other thing I talked about, of course, is the lane keep assist and lane departure warning system, which works excellent. I'm not kidding you, it works to a T. Really perfect in terms of how they've married this technology into this car to make it allow you this much safety. And also things like your door opening warning, which is not really things that I'm gonna harp a lot about. Okay, so yeah, all right, so let's talk about driving. And in terms of driving itself, this car actually allows you to choose different modes. Okay, you've got your normal, your eco, and of course your sports mode. And with all that being said, it actually adjusts the drive accordingly. And with the steering mode, you can actually adjust it between comfort or sport. Okay, so if you put it in sports mode, of course, you're expecting it to be harder, to be allowing it to be more stiffer, which it actually does while you're in that mode itself. And of course, it also has the brake assist mode, which has both levels, which you can actually choose from between comfort and sport. But for me, I basically choose comfort when I'm driving, when I drove this car, because I just like the feel of how when I let go of the accelerator, how the car actually feels itself. And of course, it comes with your standard things in your most EVs, which you probably heard about, which is the regenerative braking. And how that works is basically, if you take your foot off the accelerator, as the wheels kind of free run, it actually regenerates battery power back to the battery. So that's how the battery works. In terms of driving itself, as I mentioned, putting it into different modes from your normal to your eco, your sport, no matter which mode you're in, the car is so nimble and so easy to drive. Take my hat off to BYD for what they've actually done to this car, and packages in such a way that they've given you all this for a price which is really so competitive that it's really making all their competitors out there beating themselves up that they can't match the price that BYD is giving to you. So in a nutshell, what I feel about the BYD is, I really am happy with it. But the only gripe I do have a gripe, okay, is that they have this thing at the side pocket here, which it's kind of put me off, because it didn't match the rest of the car itself. But I guess they had their reasons for doing it. But so honestly, that is the only thing. But it does give you some rhythm to it if you kind of listen. Yeah, so okay, so that's the only gripe I had about the car. I'm really happy with the rest of it, especially with the pricing itself. Okay, and then that being said, it's now time to go back to our summary.
Right, folks, it's now time to summarize our drive experience with the BYD Atto 3. And to be honest, folks, there's really a lot of brands out there, and why should you even want to consider the Atto 3? And based on our experience and from the video that you just saw, all the technology that's being thrown in, it is really one of the most affordably priced EVs out there if you compare it to the other European brands out there, which I will not mention brands, of course. And the fact is, for us in Singapore with COE prices, really pricing is the most important factor when it comes to choosing a car. And with the BYD, it gives you everything that you need at an affordably priced package. All right, so that's basically my 2 cents here, right here on Revv Evolution. We want to say a big Revv Evolution thank you to our friends over at BYD Singapore for allowing us to have the BYD Atto 3 for our review. To find out more about Revv Evolution, whether it's about our cars, our lifestyle, do remember to check out our YouTube channel as well as our social media platforms. Till we catch you again, this is Renee, signing off.